another example of that. Last, I just want to touch on the Celebration Island Village. I imagine you guys have all heard about this one. When I was chairman of the school board, there was two terms in a row that I was chairman, and the conversation at that point started up about what we were going to do about dealing with the growth we were anticipating on the west side of town. And some of you may have been part of that conversation. I know some of the people in here that I personally know were. The school board, in fact, Mr. Phelps and I worked a lot together back then on this. We were really trying to explore what is going to be the right fit for us as we think about how do we deal with growth on the west side of the county. And of course, things got a little squirrely, I would say, where people all of a sudden thought that we were just going to start building anything and everything anywhere, including, as you probably know, the school board owns all the property where the youth fields are in Celebration behind the school. And everyone thought just because an idea had come up that, oh, well, we have this property as well, should we look at maybe building a middle school in Celebration? And then the whole community was like, what are you doing? You need to talk to us. And so I was like, we will talk to you, don't worry, that continues to happen. And I know Mr. Phelps, you came out to a number of the community meetings, I believe, back then as well. Well, part of that had to do with the idea that we knew Celebration Island Village was going to be developed at some point. Those talks were in play, but was also about making sure we had the land to deal with the growth that not only is that going to create, but all the other growth around this area creates. Well, I think you'll all be happy to know that what we're doing now is moving forward with building a nearly 1,000 student station school, which will be a K-5 school on 10 acres that's going to be set apart for us in Celebration Island Village. Nothing has happened with that yet. We haven't started designing the school. We don't have really control of the land yet. There's a lot of moving parts that still have to come together before that happens. But you can see that our projection is that we'll begin construction of that almost 1 year from today. And so you guys will be engaged in that conversation, be aware of what we're doing with that. But that's going to be another exciting opportunity for the Celebration community to have another great asset right here serving the needs of the Celebration kids. We're very excited about what that means for all of us. I just want to touch on a few things as I wrap up. Community influence is incredibly important. When you look at our school board, one of the things that I think is a tremendous blessing, although we're all responsible for everything and we're all keyed in on everything, we all also have areas that are of really particular importance. So before I was on the school board, I was always engaged with the school district as a parent and as a business partner. I was a chairperson of a number of school advisory councils. I served as a business partner in school advisory councils. The former superintendent, Mr. Muse, used to tap me to come in and help and have conversations as a community leader about the strategic plan of the school district and where is it we're going. I sure let's say that exactly what I described about myself, whether it's as a parent or as a community stakeholder or as a business owner, that's exactly what we want to happen over and over and over again with our citizens. And so community influence is something that's incredibly important. And it's not just working with our citizens, but also making sure we have strong partnerships in place with our other electeds. And what I mean by that, it's not even just the City of Kissimmee, City of St. Cloud, Osceola County. It's with our legislature, it's with the U.S. Congress, it's also working with our water authority, our utility providers, everybody that has an impact on the decisions that are made in our community. This is an area of particular importance and passion for me because I understand that the more the community is invested, the more the community is engaged, the better work we all do, the higher level of accountability we all bring to the equation, and thus the better results we ultimately generate, not just for our residents, but also for our students. So this is incredibly important for all of us. And then the last thing is customer service. Is the school board and the superintendent have been very intentional about saying that we want each one of you, when you walk onto any one of our campuses, to be treated with the type of customer service that we would expect anywhere else where we're going to provide or be receiving some type of service or product. And so we expect that when you walk onto a campus that you're greeted properly, you're treated properly, that there's dignity and respect. I would ask from you to our staff, but also from our staff to you. And we believe that in doing that, it creates the type of connection that we ultimately really want with all of our stakeholders, not just our kids and our parents, but everybody throughout the community, so they all feel like they're valued and a part of the decision-making process that's taking place. So red carpet customer service is something that we've been very intentional about. We'll continue to be. I'm proud to say we're doing great work in that area. Of course, we have a lot of human beings that work for us, and so human beings sometimes act or react differently than we might want them to. But anytime somebody does or says something that we don't agree that aligns with that overall philosophy, The leadership team is very tactful, very responsive, and making sure they reach out to them and say, please make sure this is how we want to conduct ourselves as an organization, this community.